This is the All Effing Wrestling Show Dynamite After Dark. After Dark. Intern, hit the damn music. Where's the music? There it is. Hoo, man. I don't care about Friday. I don't consider Friday to be the go-home show for All Out. I think tonight was the go-home show for All Out. No doubt about it. Holy cow, my picture is crystal clear. I love this new laptop.
Yeah, you finally got a new laptop.
I got the new laptop. I got the new laptop gimmick, and look
you
at
don't
me.
look like Justin Marcesini on his iPod anymore.
Oh, wow.
Way to do him like that.
Oh, man, you got to give him.
I had to throw my partner out under the bus like that, huh?
Pretty much. That's what we do. You hear that? That's the bus running them right over.
To be fair, that is almost fair. You have 75% TDS here.
That is true. We are running the roost.
And 100% wang.
Yeah, 100% unadulterated wang. All right.
Wang Chung tonight.
I am, of course, the man without fear. I'm not Daredevil. I'm the JFB, James from Boston.
And I'm the man without beer. I am your Bible study leader. Touch your screen, receive your blessing today, and turn your Bibles to John 3:15, because no one ever reads John 15. Why don't they read John 15? 3:15.
So, Canada Dry, are you saying you're somewhat of a straight edge, sir?
I just say I drink a lot of grape juice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with no. Oh, jeez.
Where George go?
He just leaves.
I try to be straight edge as I can.
Well, we are joined by I want to give a shout out because one of our cohorts, Trey J Styles, has the COVID. So we want to give him a shout out. Say, get better, brother, because next week we're talking about Dynamite After All Out, which should be, I mean, I consider it to be like the Raw after WrestleMania. It should be freaking bonkers.
Yeah,
that
it should be good. We even got the Ring of Honor Championship on that one.
Oh, really? Yeah.
The
Daniel
pure
Garcia
championship
versus Willa Yuta.
So we are joined by Mr. Joseph Graham. Joseph Graham, say hi to the boys and girls out in TV land.
Good evening, everybody. And I just, too, want to say, Trey J, I'll do my best to fill your shoes, brother. Get well soon. I want to see you back on here talking wrestling.
And, of course, we are joined by Bell. He is known to many things, but we call him George Penning. George, how's it going, brother?
It'll do a bit better if paranormal stuff would happen on Friday and not Wednesday right now.
That's
but
true.
Other than that, we're doing great.
All right.
So this every Friday you do the Bowl of Truth paranormal story. Have you got it ready yet, or are you still working on it?
I might, perhaps.
And we'll say hi to Noob.
Hey, what's going on, Noob? How you doing, brother? I have a feeling that George has it. He's just holding out. Well, let's get to the.
I don't think he has it. I call Bull.
Well, then I'll go truth just to counter you.
Yeah.
Got to have a point counterpoint.
He fools Liam every time. Like Liam, he's like, you can't fool me, but Liam, he's got some sort of trickery on him.
He's got some trickery.
Out tricking the magician.
Yeah, out tricking a magician. That's skill.
Yeah, if you can out trick a magician, that's pretty damn good. All right, let's get to the whole reason why we're here. We're not here to talk about magic. No, we're here to talk.
We got a baking show to do.
Yeah, we got a baking show to do.
Baking, that's different show.
What you baking?
Right. We are making some brownies.
Hey, I'm straight edge, remember?
Yeah, the straight edge gun. That's for damn sure.
I cut the brownies straight as an edge.
Let's talk about Dynamite. This is the go-home show. All Out is this weekend. Obviously, it's a big, huge pay-per-view. And out comes Jon Moxley. Now, I'm going to read straight from my notes.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Here we go. Mox comes out, takes his sweet-ass time, calls Punk the 3-minute man, trash talked him big time, setting up the rematch, but has an open contract for All Out. Who will take it? And then out comes Ace Steel, and he takes the contract. Let's talk about the opening segment. What did we think about Moxley and Ace? I mean, let's just talk. Joseph Graham, you go first. What did you think of the opening segment?
For one, I loved it. I love Moxley just being able to flip that switch and go from being the crowd favorite to just the guy that everyone in Chicago wanted to punch in the face, and it was great. And I'm sure Canada Dry was number one in line.
I'll punch him in the face.
Coming into tonight, since the squash match essentially last week, I was like, I don't know how they were going to make the rematch interesting at all.
Yeah.
But man, after tonight, I am so pumped. I can't wait.
I told you guys. I told you. Oh, wait, I'll wait my turn.
You wait your turn. Wait your damn turn, damn it. George, what did you think of the opening segment?
Well, I love that whole entire opening segment too. Obviously Mox knew what he was doing when he was getting out there, and you could even vaguely hear there's starting to be Mox chants, but the CM Punk chants overshadowed them. Yeah. And the only little gripe I have personally about it is when Mox had that open contract and he left it in the ring.
Yeah.
Why was Ace Austin the only one that went out there? Why wouldn't like at least some of the AEW locker room kind of like flood out to try and get the contract? Because
I mean, that's a good point. That really is a good point.
In hindsight, technically,
technically, like picking at a freaking Die Hard movie because they're flying their car to the next building, making a jump. Like, come
on. Here's some advice.
You can't do that in real life.
Here's some advice. Movies, TV, and wrestling do not exist in reality. They exist in fantasy realm.
Yeah.
What?
Stop lying. I was not told this. Stop lying.
Stop being a lion.
Canada Dry, what did you think of the opening segment?
Okay, now I can say I told you so.
That's true. You did.
I told you so. I said they were going somewhere with this, and you're supposed to feel those emotions. You're supposed to feel upset that Punk got jobbed out in 3 minutes. Yeah. You're supposed to feel that. And it's exactly what they did with Jake the Snake before he went to WWE. They did this exact same thing.
Yeah.
And it created a great feud. And it made the other guy star. But, I absolutely loved the one thing I would say about it, I don't like that they revealed right away that that's his friend.
Yeah.
They should have said, like, who? Like, say he's a producer or something or whatever. Let's just say, like, what's with the AEW official grabbing the, they didn't have to say that they're buddies.
Here's the thing. I love Ace Steel. When I was in Chicago for a brief time, I actually sat in on one of his classes. That guy may not have had the greatest career as a wrestler, but as a trainer, Colt Cabana, you're talking CM Punk. I mean, those are his two most notable, but Gresham is trained with him. The list is long.
So how far did he get?
He didn't get very far. He jobbed out at WWE, WCW. But I mean, if you really want to watch IWC or ICW, I can't remember which one it is, based in Chicago, the matches between Ace Steel and CM Punk is freaking amazing. You get to see a young Punk before he gets molded in Ring of Honor. You really get to see that rawness that CM Punk had, that Ace Steel. But yeah, I mean, I loved it. I loved seeing Ace Steel come out. I knew who he was right when he broke through the back. I was like, holy shit, it's Ace Steel. Well, obviously this is how they're going to end up with the rematch, you know? So
You know what the problem with having both of you on the show?
what's that?
You're like two of our biggest supporters, so now we only got Noob.
I will admit, I wish that this program had more than like a 10-day build, because I could listen to Punk and Mox on the mic
Oh yeah.
for
Oh
days.
yeah. Oh
Completely agree.
yeah. I mean those
I'm just so excited to see
Oh,
Mox lose that belt. I'll just.
just don't like Mox. Let's
I
get to our
didn't hate him
next.
before. They made me hate him. I don't know.
Let's
so
get to our
he's done
next
his job,
segment.
is what you're saying.
Well, they must have done their job.
I mean, he does a good job at air. I'm indifferent with Mox. I could take him. I could leave him. I'm not going to lose sleep if he doesn't wrestle. I'm not going to lose sleep if he does wrestle. I like his attitude. I mean, he's kind of like a Walmart version of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's my thoughts exactly.
Well,
That's right. And not as talented.
Yeah, not as talented, and doesn't have a bear named after him. So,
Yeah.
So our next segment, Jericho's talking, and of course, he's joined by Garcia talking about pumping up the all-out match between the Lionheart and the American Dragon. So let's talk, George Penny.
Hey,
What
hold
you
on a
think?
second, George. You're supposed to be shirtless. What the hell?
this is a dark clear shirt or tank top,
A dark
rather.
clear shirt?
Dark clear, really.
Tank top. Don't you know it's translucent?
Yeah, it's
Just
Translucent shirts.
I got limo
Well, it doesn't
tints on
matter.
this.
Dallas isn't watching anyway, so it didn't. Our advertising didn't work. So
Well, I had to bring the limo tints on, so
yeah.
I didn't know they were this dark.
George, what did you think of the Jericho segment?
I felt like it. Not going too far ahead. I felt like it delivered and set up what we eventually saw a bit later, which we'll get to.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
it was kind of a nice segue where you see Garcia basically actually apologizing and doing the wrestling thing, waiting a whole week before saying anything. But I felt like it was a good segue where he's still kind of in limbo between his teacher and his hero.
Yeah.
And I liked it a lot personally, but
Cool. Joseph Graham, what did you think?
Great segment. I have no complaints about it.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll talk about the match after, but yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah, it's a good segment. It does what it's supposed to do. It tells the story of how they mended the fence, and I guess we'll go on to the next part.
As I said last week, hey, what's up, Amy? Amy Mizuno, welcome. So here's the deal. I said it last week. I'll say it again this week. It is a battle for Daniel Garcia's soul. It is good versus evil. Who will proclaim and win? That's the question you have to ask.
To talk at this Bible study about the good dog and the bad dog. Whatever dog you feed in your heart is the one that's going to get bigger. So feed the good dog.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I feel like I'm the CCD again. So now we finally get to our very first match. Holy Christopher Columbus. It took long enough. We have Jake Hager versus Bryan Danielson. I'm going to say mine because I'm going to read right off my notes because I take copious amounts of notes, but I do have
copious. And he likes copious amounts of words too.
Copious
Is that
amounts
our
of
word
words.
of the night? Copious.
Copious.
So Canada Dry, you go first. First match, Hager versus Danielson. Obviously, Danielson gets the win. What did you think?
Oh, great. You just told everyone who won.
Sorry.
So I thought that Bryan Danielson brought out the best in Jake Hager. What I felt is that if this was a real fight, Jake Hager would kick his ass.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually don't know because let's be realistic. He's a catch can wrestler, Bryan Danielson. So that man knows how
way
to
out of his weight class. Come on, like
I disagree. Most fight, like 90% of fights, end up on the ground, and I think
Jake Hager's been doing that longer. Like Bryan's a great wrestler, but he's a showman. He's not a He's not a real wrestler.
Oh, hey, he's not a sports entertainer. Let's get it
No,
right.
but I mean, he's not a
sports
real
entertainer.
Olympic sort of wrestler. Not,
Yeah.
we're not talking pro wrestler. But so,
Yeah.
yeah, I think they made it believable.
Yeah.
That with the grappling and the real wrestling there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought it was a great match.
Yeah. Joseph Graham, what did you think of the match?
I think it played to Hager's strengths.
Yeah.
With the MMA influence. I'm not a big Hager fan, and that match was better than it had any business of being, in my opinion. Jake Hager doesn't do it for me. I find him very boring.
Yeah.
Ding. But it was a great match. Like, I enjoyed it, and it definitely, the ending, it set up a great collision.
Yeah.
At All Out, and sort of torn on predictions because I could see both men winning. So I don't know yet who I'm picking to win that match yet.
ENC Fan 99, you want to see a real fight between those two? Or like just a wrestling match?
Yeah, that's curious. Yeah, I'm curious if you want to see a legit match or not. George Penning, what did you think of the match between Hager and Danielson?
Well, to get you all riled up, that wasn't the match we got. That was just a rerun of a clip from Raw or SmackDown from years past. But anyway,
come down there. Do not make me come down there.
But anyway, I really loved the match. It definitely delivered, especially at the start when they're grappling and trying to strike and kind of try to be technical with each other. And then because of the weight class and the height difference, of course, neither man besides maybe Hager really getting the advantage until it got to the mat with Danielson. And I felt like Danielson did bring the best or something more out of Jake Hager than kind of what we usually see out of just the big man, just
I agree with you 100%.
being the bigger opponent.
Yeah.
Because usually in the past times, at least besides big matches, Jake Hager is mostly just dominated. So having him like do some more things inside the ring was kind of nice. And that being Bryan Danielson helping him bring that out really sold this match a bit more for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, George Penning, he's just not just a pile of good looks in a towel. he has a little bit of intelligence in there, and he has a lot of good things to say about professional wrestling.
So I ask you this: where are you, Dallas? Where are you, man?
Here's my. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
Okay, here's my thoughts. I thought Danielson looked really good. He made it mat based. Hager went physical, ground and pound. That's what we were expecting. Does Hager even fight in MMA anymore? I mean, does he have a match? I mean, I
think he does. I think he has one coming up in October or November.
Okay, because like
I'm glad we don't have any ladies here because they would answer these questions about size.
Sometimes size doesn't matter. It's not the size of the ship; it's the motion of the ocean.
Yes.
So we had the big schmoz at the end. Jericho Appreciation Society comes out, attacks Bryan Danielson. Garcia saves Danielson. We know this is coming. Do we see a turn? Is Garcia going to turn on Danielson and help Jericho at All Out? That's the question. Canada Dry,
I think so. Because they spoiled it a bit for us because the Ring of Honor Championship, Pure Championship, is next Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I think he's still a part of the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yep. I agree. George Penning, what did you think of the schmoz and do we see an inevitable Garcia turn?
For right now, I am going to say yes because you could go two different directions and they really haven't done one with them. So I'm going to say yes and do a bold prediction of Danielson not Danielson, my bad. Garcia turning face and turning on Chris Jericho at the pay-per-view to next week win the Ring of Honor Pure Championship and we see Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia swap places and start a feud between them and wherever you want to go from there.
Yuta joining Jericho Appreciation Society? You just took away my compliment I just gave you.
Get out of here.
Don't make me come down there.
I'll
Joseph
come
Grant-
up there.
Joseph Graham, what do you think of the schmoz?
I mean, once again, it furthers. You could just see the confliction on Garcia's face, and that's probably what I love most about it. Is like it truly looks like he doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah.
And once again, like I said, I don't know. I don't know who's going to win. I feel like the WWE fan in me is like, oh, Danielson stood tall, so that means Jericho has to win on Sunday. But
yeah.
So Noob thinks that Daniel Garcia is going to turn on the Jericho Appreciation Society.
I mean, it could happen. I mean, there's nothing to say that it couldn't. I have a feeling it might.
I think that really what they're trying to say is what he wants the best of both worlds. He's like, okay, I want to be a professional wrestler, but I want to be with the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Yeah,
and you really can't do that. You can't have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, I think Garcia needs a major push. I love that kid. Where he's come from, what he's gone through is huge. I mean, that kid deserves a freaking push like there's no tomorrow. So let's go to our next segment, because this was a really segment heavy Dynamite. The enhancement talent of AEW, including Peter Avalon and the Hollywood hunk Ryan Nemeth, protesting for more TV time, and then out comes Morrissey. Stokely then comes out. Morrissey cleans house, and Stokely hands him a card. Is Morrissey technically now going to be all elite? Or
I think he is.
Yeah. What do you think, George?
You know what I think? I think
Oh, here we go.
Morrissey needs like that WWE name to him.
Yeah.
He needs that big Cass. He needs that big sexy or Diesel sort of name.
Yeah.
Because he's a monster. He needs that.
He's freaking jacked.
Like Morrissey isn't cutting it.
He looks in better shape right now than he did when he was in WWE.
Oh yeah.
He looks
muscles on muscles.
Muscles on muscles. Joseph Graham, what did you think of Morrissey and now Stokely being involved with this little shindig?
I'm going to sound like a broken record, but what's Stokely Hathaway doing? I don't see the end game in this. I feel like he's just going around picking up everyone else that no other faction in AEW wanted. Like,
I don't know. They're looking like a pretty good size family now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess I need some direction, something to hint at what's going on other than, oh, here's my business card. Come sit next to me. Like,
well, you kind of got that when he grabbed Shivani's jacket and
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, and only in Chicago can Tony Schiavone get a chant from the crowd.
Yeah. Absolutely. George Penning, what did you think?
Well, as for TV time, and the wingmen received that, and then they just had to be on the bearing end of W. Morrissey's onslaught.
Yeah.
I did pop for this a little, and I do agree with Joseph Graham here with what's the deal with Stokely Hathaway just being Nick Fury and recruiting everyone for the Avengers team or something with his business card, and we don't get anything from
Evil Avengers.
Evil Avengers.
Nick Fury acquired high-powered guys, not a bunch of jobbers. And
well, what I noticed is Cesar Bononi looks small compared to Morrissey.
Yeah.
Oh, he did, especially where his abs on abs came in.
Oh my God!
I'm surprised Stokely Hathaway hasn't tried to get the wingmen to join his family.
I will say one thing about this family that Stokely is doing. I feel like we need a little bit of a payoff with how many people Stokely has given his card to, because does anyone even remember the first few people that he gave his business card to? And then we just haven't heard too much from them, or it's kind of been silent.
There's the one guy who's pretty much signed to ROH, and I'm drawing a blank because he's from the guy from Chicago.
Oh,
and
and then there's Ethan Page.
Yeah,
because I know there's Lee Moriarty, and then I'm guessing the baddie still too, because unless they're still with Jade or something, but
Jade,
I feel like
Hathaway.
The baddies are with him all together.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, see, it's just all this confusion. I feel like they need to start putting some of it together, a little
The
more
funny
hints
thing
for
that
this.
Joseph Ramos has brought up is that they don't interact together. They're all in their own separate universes.
Yeah.
Or are
Pretty
they
much.
just going to be all, or is it like they're just going to be all managed by him? And that's kind of it. And he's just this
I'd
super
like to see
manager.
like a new sort of like Bobby Heenan sort of family out of it.
I get that, but I also get Heyman's WCW faction, which had Stone Cold and everybody else.
Oh, the Dangerous Alliance.
Dangerous Alliance. That's it.
Maybe a bit of both worlds there.
Yeah. So here we go to our next one. Another segment. This time it's an interview with Ospreay, and Don Callis comes out and cuts a quasi heel promo. Why? it didn't make sense to me. It kind of didn't further the story. What did you guys think? Joseph Graham, what did you think of it?
There for a moment, I really thought we were going to get a Callis turn on Omega.
Yeah.
Join up with Ospreay, which allows Omega to go full face.
Yeah.
Because I don't buy Omega as a face with this slimy, snivelly Don Callis as his manager.
I agree.
The presentation is a little off at the moment, but I imagine that will get fixed here in the next couple weeks.
Oh, it'll be rectified for sure. Canada Dry, what did you think?
I think this is the perfect setup to Omega and Ospreay at the next Forbidden Door. This is the long storytelling, and just like Joseph Graham said, I feel like there's going to be a turn from what the hell's his name?
Don Callis?
Don Callis?
Yeah, Don Callis. Yeah. Sorry, I'm on 2 hours sleep.
How are you forgetting a fellow Canadian?
I'm on 2 hours sleep. I'm on fumes. So.
Well, drink more Canada Dry, damn it.
But yeah, I feel like this is the long-term storytelling for Omega, and Ospreay and Don Callis is going to switch teams.
Yeah. Mr. Penning, what did you think?
Well, so far from what I've heard, I do agree, especially when the interview segment started and then Don Callis just entered, and then he basically cut his heelish promo for Kenny Omega, but for Will Ospreay, calling him Will by God Ospreay. I was thinking maybe he would turn or something, or I'm not really sure where they're going to do the full face Kenny Omega, whether or not how far this might be long-term storytelling to Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, especially with the next Wrestle Kingdom, if possible, if that might be where it'll be at, if that's a stretch, because some AEW talent is supposed to be on that show, but then again, it could be, I don't know, led to Forbidden Door 2 or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Or who knows, maybe Full Gear or something. We're not Tony Khan, but we're good friends with him, so we could help him out.
Yeah,
but hey, no, me and JFB are you are down there.
I mean, I could pull you off. I got the Canadian stuff. I got the facial hair.
Yes, well, he's actually Canada Dry Jr., so I shouldn't be so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just tell him I'm mini dry. I'm filling in.
So we got our second match finally. We're talking about Britt Baker, the Britsburg from Pittsburgh and Jamie Hayter versus Storm and Sheeta. Sheeta looks like she hasn't missed a step at all. She looked absolutely fantastic. Everyone's doing a great job to hype up the All Out match. What do we think of? I mean, I was kind of surprised about the win. I didn't think it was going to go that way that it did, but Canada Dry, go first. What did you think of the match and the outcome?
I thought the match was okay.
Yeah.
Wasn't anything spectacular, but I was really surprised that Britt took the pin.
Yeah.
I was really surprised. I thought it would be Hayter, or I thought it would be Sheeta who took the pin.
Yep.
But
I concur. Mr. Graham, what did you think?
I thought it was good. It was serviceable. I want to see a singles match between Sheeta and Hayter, though.
Oh, God, yeah. Who doesn't?
I'm sure they probably somewhere in Japan they've met before, but...
Yeah. Absolutely.
Bring them on, give them a good 15 minutes, because those are two girls that can go 15 minutes without struggling to fill for time.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I was also surprised that Britt was the one to take the pin.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Penning, what did you think?
Honestly, I love this match. I love seeing Sheeta back on Dynamite, and honestly, well, I know she was active outside of AEW for a while, then coming back to Dark, so I didn't think too much of a step was lost there for her. The match itself, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
There were some parts where it kind of changed because it looked like the confusing part I was confused about, like everyone else, where you see Jamie Hayter in the background kind of doing all the work, and then Britt Baker basically taking all the damage and then ended up taking the pin. And that's kind of where it ended. And honestly, I didn't really know the direction they were going with this match besides the, I guess, wrestling term that everyone loves to use. How are they going to coexist?
Yeah.
But I kind of felt like it did its job. I didn't really see too much of a story besides, well, they're going to wrestle each other for the interim women's championship. So
1 second pause before the handshake, like that was all they gave us.
I thought it was an okay match. So we go to our next segment. That's right, more segments, guys. Kip Sabian segment, hyping up the Mid-Atlantic match against him and Pac. And then we go to the Redeemer. Let's knock out two packages at the same time.
Okay, let's do it.
The Redeemer package with Darby Allin and Sting and Sting. Trios match it all out. So let's talk about it. Joseph Graham, go first. What did you think about those two packages?
For the All Atlantic title, I mean, it served its purpose. I'm glad to see that they're using footage of outside organizations where the story is actually being told.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's Miro. I love Miro. I want him to do more. And it seems like he got a victim of Malachi Black being injured, why this has seemed to have been taking so long to be done.
Yeah, absolutely. Mr. Penning, what did you think?
Well, I'm excited for the Pac and Kip match, and with that promo alone, especially with it being for the All Atlantic Championship, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm hyped up for it, and now I'm gonna kind of put these two together. After that, I want to see Kip Sabian since I'm pretty sure he's coming back as a heel, wrestling full time, and I guess since tying into the Miro stuff and Miro promo. If Miro's kind of being a face here still, I kind of want to see Kip, if he goes away from Pac a little after this match, to feud with Miro because before Kip left for a while, Miro basically injured him and then go back to that storyline.
That's a good point.
And see them go to the feud with that. And I'm not sure if this is kind of where tying into the Miro promo this is kind of where he's going to be done with the House of Black after this match. Yeah. So I feel like those two segments would be a perfect segue for Miro versus Kip. Now, I would love to see both of these be future champions after this and get a mega push.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if you would want Kip to eventually go back to Pac or possibly Wardlow for the TNT title. And you could honestly just put Miro anywhere and just have him kill some fools out there, and I would love it. Because Miro is just awesome.
Okay, real quick before we go to Canada Dry, speaking of Miro versus why am I drawing a blank to his name all of a sudden?
Kip Sabian?
Yeah, Kip Sabian. I mean, this would be the perfect way to bring CJ Perry in. Do a mixed tag match.
Yeah.
Kip and Penelope versus Miro and whatever, CJ Perry. Obviously, she won't be Lana, but that'd be pretty good.
I buy that for $1. Mr. Canada Dry, what did you think?
You buy it for $1?
I buy that for $1. Sorry, I watched RoboCop earlier today.
Canadian?
No, man, no, that's a loon.
Isn't that like Loonies and Toonies or something
Loonies
like that?
And Toonies, baby.
Speaking of loonies, I'd like to propose something here, JFB.
Okay.
I bet you
Uh-huh.
50 loonies
Okay.
that my predictions on Sunday
Okay.
are going to do better than yours on the show.
I'm gonna play. Normally, I would. Normally, you know me. I take risks, but I'm not. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play it cool. So yeah, you're on 50 loonies. Yeah, It'd be
And Joseph
50
Graham's going to
loonies.
be on that show as well, so he'll be able to
Yeah.
see what's going on here.
Heck yeah. All right. So let's go to our next segment. Holy Christopher Columbus. Segment heavy because we got a lot of storytelling to tell in a very short amount of time.
That they could have done a long time before this.
Yeah. CM Punk comes out looking like a sourpuss. Looks depressed, tears in his eyes. Chicago's favorite son. Talks about his bones being pulverized. Talks about screws and plates. Then takes a cheap shot at the fat guy in the crowd, saying that's.
That was funny. Was it maybe
was
Spence?
funny. And then the guy's like,
Was that maybe Spence in the front row?
yeah. And then admits he gets his ass kicked in Cleveland every time. Then Ace Steel comes out, gives him a pep talk. He slaps him in the face, goads him into signing the contract. Punk is the opponent. What a segment. That's the best segment AEW has done in quite some time. Holy shitballs. That was a freaking great segment. Because he just energized Punk. Ace slaps him in the face, shakes him, sign the damn contract.
Okay, since I didn't really say my last part of the segment, I'll go first.
Okay, you
All
go
right,
first.
so I absolutely love this because it connected everything. It's the emotions. It's like I let everyone down. They're like, no, you didn't let us down, CM Punk. He's like, yes, I did. I can't handle it anymore. Anyways, so having his best friend come out, slap him across the face.
Yeah.
I love that so much because like CM Punk just has to take the slap because he knows it's a slap of love.
Yeah, exactly.
And hands him the contract because like this is what a bro does.
Yeah.
He gets you in the main event. This is what a bro does.
Canada Dry, I'm giving you full permission. If I ever come on one of our shows on an episode, I'm just like, hey, you have permission to slap me in the face and tell me to sign the damn contract.
Yeah, I will slap the shit out of you.
That's what I wanted to hear. Only a good friend would slap the shit out of another good friend.
Yeah.
Joseph Grant, what did you think of the Punk? The Punk segment.
I loved it. It got like I still have adrenaline going through my veins from that segment.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I admittedly I don't know who Ace Steel was before tonight.
Yeah.
But like he did not look like the moment was too big for him. He went out there and just cut one hell of a promo that just that promo is basically what flipped the switch. You're like, okay, I'm ready for this match on Sunday.
Yep.
And then of course Punk does what Punk does best.
Yep.
I mean, the man is gold on the mic. I am so pumped and amped. I cannot wait for this match because I think what we get on Sunday is probably what we should have got last week to close out
Do you know
the
what's
show.
beautiful about this feud? Both of them end up being 2-time AEW champions out of it.
That's true. That's true. Oh, Mr. Penning, what did you think of Mr. Punk?
Well, Punk did bring the feelings and try to bring the tears as well. And then the little heel jab, I guess, to the fat guy. I do feel like what really sold this for me was when Ace Steel came out and then got Punk and everyone, the whole crowd, everyone just basically cheering and not really riling up. Basically, it's like one of those Optimus Prime speech where you just want to die for this guy and you just can't wait to see this intense battle that's going to happen. And honestly, it's what helps sell this whole 3-week build, 10-day build to the pay-per-view. I feel like this is not something they do
call him
to
Optimus Punk from now on.
We could, but I felt like it really helped.
People roll out.
It really helped this to sell this 10-day feud to the pay-per-view, especially with those who aren't familiar with Ace Austin or who might not have been possibly wanting to buy because they have this quote unquote sold out pay-per-view but no title match at the pay-per-view yet, even though it was still there in the script and reading between the lines. But
Cool. We had another segment after that. JR sitting down with Christian and Jungle Boy, in which Jungle Boy told Christian, "I love you," and equates his relationship with Christian to the one he had with his dad, in which case then Christian does a heel and says, "I'm going to kick your ass. I'm not even 100%. Canada Dry, what did you think of this? I thought it was a snooze fest.
I love the line that he said, I'm gonna make you look old while you're still young or whatever.
Yeah. George Penny, what did you think?
I felt like it was all right. I felt like they kind of added JR there for, I guess, the sit down interview with JR, and kind of like what they did with Foley back in the day and such. I guess to try and get them to not kill each other before the pay-per-view happens. But then again, we also see those interview segments where they just split the screen in half and you have both of them on each side.
Yep.
I kind of felt like they could have maybe just put like a video package there or something, or I don't know, another brawl.
Yeah.
Or something, and kind of why Luchasaurus wasn't there or something.
Well,
I guess
Luchasaurus
because
wasn't there because they don't want you to think about Luchasaurus right now.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
don't
they
want
want
you
you
to
to
think about it because
understand how to mind.
Luchasaurus is going to come in and it's going to be the end game here.
so so what you're saying is Luchasaurus is going to come back and try and make the humans extinct because that's what A Rock did to the dinosaurs.
Yep.
To his brothers and sisters and his family.
You're like a dad jokes and you're not even a dad. So stop.
Justin Grant, what did you think of the quick JR segment?
I mean, it was a segment,
Yeah.
but this is how JR should be used mostly
Yes.
going forward. He has this just aura about him with sit down. He knows how to play each other off, ask the right questions. But yeah, I'm ready for my heart to be broken when
I feel like
Luchasaurus comes in and
JR could
destroys
use a
Jungle Boy.
donut in his hand, maybe just like dunking in as he's.
Hit Tim Hortons maple log.
JR would definitely get that donut over, I tell you.
Oh man. All right, let's go to our third match. We're gonna blitz through these pretty quick as we're running close on time. FTR and Wardlow versus Enhancement Trio Talent. Here's my notes. Wardlow chants gave me PTSD from shitty Goldberg chants. This has to be a squash. Ding ding ding. It was. Canada Dry. What did you think? What did you think of the FTR Wardlow enhancement match?
20 seconds. Go.
Go. What'd you think?
It was everything it needed to be.
Yeah. Mr. Penning?
Love FTR. Wardlow singles title run. Not dissing anything. FTR versus MCMG, please.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. So we had another segment. This time Moxley decides to come out. Basically, he says, "You asked for it, you got it." So it leads us into our four-way match: Dante Martin versus Roosh versus Ray Phoenix versus Yuta. Great match. I mean, you had a real different dichotomy. You had a couple of flyers and a couple of mat technicians. Lots of back and forth. I know some don't like Yuta, but I'm gonna jump out and say it. He's looked awesome for like the last 3 or 4 months. He gets the pin and the win. Joseph Grant, what did you think of match number 4, the four-way dance that we had?
It was great. I mean, nonstop action. Everyone got their chance to shine. I mean, I don't think it really mattered who won this match, but I mean, It's great to see Yuta. Like you said, Yuta has come such a long way in such a short time. And I'm like, him and Garcia are like going to be one of those forever guys like Austin Rock, where they could always just come back to each other and you know you're going to get something good out of them.
Yep, absolutely. George, what did you think?
I love this match from start to finish. I'm kind of happy we didn't predict it beforehand because I couldn't have told you who would have won beforehand.
I agree.
I do love how the match started. Kind of like the high flyers going at it one-on-one, and then everyone else who was left, kind of the more pound for pound wrestlers. I felt like everyone kind of played off each other's strengths, and no way in shape or form was this going to be a bad match.
Yeah.
First off, it has Ray Phoenix. You had him to. You could probably have him wrestle a broom, and it'd be a 5-star classic.
I'd watch it.
And everything going on with the story with Roosh and Andrade, or not Andrade, Roosh. Basically them having their feud in the match, and then kind of Wheeler and Dante as like added extra in the match. But again, that was also for momentum into the Casino Ladder match, which it sold perfectly in my opinion.
Yeah. Canada Dry, what did you think?
I think that Ray Phoenix has lost another match.
Again,
He is on a losing streak.
6 or 7 in a row.
Yeah, like what the hell?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I think he's just doing the jobber thing right now to help other people, and I think he can afford to do that a little bit. I don't think very much more. Like he's kind of run out his jobber card here. His star is going to start diminishing.
Yep.
If he doesn't stop.
Well, I think he's going to be focusing on trios here soon. So
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt, but what was it
Then
different
why the
with
hell
like?
are you doing it?
Because I was being stuff, but what made this week different that Roosh wasn't trying to go after Phoenix's mask? Since they're so fixated on it.
That's a good question. And maybe because he has enough, like you have the
Because
belt
this
collector.
isn't Die Hard, damn it.
Am I getting you riled up?
No, I'm fine.
The match is better for it because they didn't have the constant going after his mask. That's for sure.
Yep.
I do agree. I love that they just left it there.
How do you guys feel about a world champion being in the world championship ladder match? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why is Claudio in it? He shouldn't be in. He's a world champion. It diminishes that title.
I agree.
Yeah, that is fair. I mean, I can see Wheeler Yuta. Like Wheeler Yuta, I can see because that's the pure championship, and that's kind of more mid card for Ring of Honor. But still,
I could sort of see that. But AEW has, they had Kenny Omega with 3 different company titles showing up on Dynamite, so I can understand the whole. Yeah, we have you a world title, but you still should want the AEW world title.
And in their defense, Claudio is still a little bit of their new shiny toy. So
yeah. So let's get to one last segment. Hangman Page comes in after Andrade hurts Evil Uno and tells the Dark Order he will be the third for them if he can't go. If Evil Uno can't go, he'll be the third, which I think is perfectly setting it up for an Elite versus Hangman Page match at All Out.
I called this weeks ago. Everyone was like, no, I was like, it's going to be the Elite versus the Dark Order with Hangman.
Yep.
All you have to do is watch BTE. They've been forecasting that for months now.
And there's going to be that awkward moment when Hangman and the Bucks have to go against each other.
Yep.
Till they kiss and make up in the ring.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for it because it's going to be so great.
Yep.
So where does this end with Hangman and the Elite? Does he rejoin them or?
I feel like they just have a banger match and then maybe just kiss and make up and go their separate ways or something.
No, not this match. I'm asking where does this end with Hangman?
No, I think eventually Hangman comes back. I think I could see like them losing by Hangman hesitating to finish off one of the Bucks, and that's how they lose the Trios title. That's the kind of storytelling I would expect from them to do. So, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I agree. So we got to the main event finally. Whew! Thank God we have the Elite versus the United Empire. Kenny's still wearing the compression tee, but no brace this week. Omega and Ospreay acting like they don't like each other. Aussie Open looks amazing. I'm becoming a huge fan of their work. Kenny loses his shirt. He looks in good shape. V triggers, bada bing, bada boom. The Elite move on in the trios finals for All Out. So, Canada Dry, what did you think of the main event?
Okay, so you made a good point there. Is that he's got the compression shirt on,
Yeah.
but the brace comes off.
Yeah.
So it's like, is this slowly? Because he's obviously fine.
Yeah.
He's obviously can wrestle, but this is like slowly. I'm getting better and better. It's like it's interesting how they're dealing with this. I kind of like it because the first match they barely won, and Kenny Omega was kind of struggling, but now he's getting better and better, and then by the end you're gonna get full on the cleaner Kenny Omega.
Absolutely. Mr. Joseph Graham, what did you think of the main event?
Oh, loved it.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Aussie Open is getting a lot more time to shine on AEW as compared to a couple months ago where they're just getting jobbed out and squashed.
Yep.
It was great. Like, I have no complaints. Everything was fun. It was everything I could have asked for. So,
yeah. Mr. Penning, what did you think of the main event?
I'd love to see this again, definitely. Yes, all the spot monkeys and all these spots, anything you could have wanted all at once. Fast forward was on play throughout the whole entire match. As soon as the bell went ding, give me Ospreay and Omega, please. Aussie Open versus the Young Bucks, just that match alone. Whether it doesn't have to be trios, just give me those two matches separately if you want. Anywhere, I don't care. I do agree with basically what Canada Dry said. Omega does look. He did perform. I'm not sure if it was like maybe ring rust, but he did look way better this week than last week.
Oh yeah,
and that's on purpose.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's it. That's our show.
Wait a second.
Yeah, we got to call Haney. We got to call Haney.
It's almost 4 a.m., so we got to call Haney.
It's almost 4 o'clock. All right, you ready?
I'm
Here
ready.
we go. Dial them up.
Phoning from the worst part of Canada, the worst Canadian since Chris Jericho, Aaron Harder. Now fuck off.
That's it. We're gonna get him. I'm not.
Hey, Canada Dry, go calm down. Go eat one of your brownies. It's going to be okay.
I think
Go watch some Markova matches. You'll feel fine in no time.
Yeah. Just watch the NWA.
Speaking of Natalia, she won the first ever Queen Bee match.
Yeah, she did. It was awesome.
She is the
Hell
queen
yeah.
of the NWA.
Heck yeah.
So that's awesome.
All right, so for all of us, you can go to our website, fnwrestling.com. It has all the links to our social media on the very bottom. You can go to our YouTube page, youtube.com/fnwrestling, where you can see the social media links there as well. Of course, I am the JFB at FN Podcast. He is Canada Dry at All FN Wrestling. That's the easiest way to get a hold of us because Facebook is hot garbage sometimes.
It's a little bit fugazi.
Yeah, it's kind of fugazi. If you like T-shirts, and I have like a crap load of them. We have T-shirts. Look at that. FN Wrestling. We got the All FN Wrestling show. You can go to prowrestlingtees.com/FN Wrestling where you can get all of your FN swag.
So this Friday,
we
got George Penny. He's going to be telling. We're going to figure out what his story is. If it's going to be bull or truth.
Yeah.
And then we got Liam Wakeland and the Magic of Wrestling.
Yep.
I don't know who the hell his guest is. I don't know.
It's someone.
But it's someone good.
Vince McMahon.
And then we have Joseph Graham and Liam again. And my friend JFB is going to pay me 50 loonies on Sunday. And we have some fun. We'll bring Joseph Graham back. And yeah.
As one of my favorite movie lines, I'm going to smoke you like a pack of cools. Oh, for everybody here on the panel, I am the JFB.
And remember, just keep fighting.
This has been an effing worldwide media production. You can find us on all social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and others. Head over to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/effing wrestling. And while you're there, click like and subscribe. Want some swag? Head to our store at prowrestlingtees.com/effing wrestling. You can find all these links and much more at our awesome website, effingwrestling.com. As the JFB always says, you can book it.